Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome to my page. My page become essential to keep it down. Under 10 minutes, and it goes over 10 minutes. Very fucking important. And not important. The liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like Yo Arse. It's a whole lot of you motherfuckers who shouldn't be watching my videos. Because you don't have common sense, that's why, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Damn. But anyway, I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. If you have any comments, questions, insults, comments, insults, or roast, you put it down below. Oh man, this is my life, man. How many people think I make money doing this? Okay, do you see my videos monetized? Anybody? Okay. Do you think I'm getting a lot of donations? I wonder how many people out there think I'm making some buku money off of this. This is the only thing I do. This is my life, okay? But let's get on with the subject now here. If you have any comments, insults, or roast, you put it down below. Okay, again. This video is going to be about the Western bug. Somebody was talking to me about this Western disease for women, okay, in particular. Could there be a Western bug? Yeah, it's a Western bug for men too. So it's not just for women, it's for men, okay. The Westernized bug is very simple, okay. Always in medieval times, men always conquered what they could get and what they could not get, okay. If they couldn't conquer it, then start from there. The haves and the have-nots, okay, supply and demand, you know what I'm saying. There's different races of species, but we're not talking about races of species. We're talking about the Westernized bug. Okay, and I want to make it very clear that a lot of people fall under that beta mentality, that beta wavelength as well, but they don't understand the alpha wavelength. Everything is getting misconstrued out of context, okay, because I'm older, and I'm older than most of you as you watch my videos. And my point is like this, okay. The Western bug is the United States, okay, which is the great whore of Babylon. People keeps talking about in foreign countries. They always saying, is this happening in America? I said, yeah, that actually happens. If this happened, most of the stuff that they think that's happened overseas in those countries that America is doing are true. But if they say, do Americans eat babies? They actually do eat babies, because we have these processes that we have to go through, you know, to women put the makeup, the baby aborted feces on their face, and fetuses on their faces and shit, and Mary Kay products, okay, Macy's, all sorts of crazy shit that's true. But they get misconstrued, and had to break it down for them how it is true. Monsanto, all of the chemicals that Americans are eating, but they don't know what they're eating, okay? You understand? Americans are very innocent, but very docile. Not very docile, but very manipulative. Most Americans are very manipulative. They focus on themselves. Either they're racist or they're not. But let's get on with the subject here. When it comes down to the Westernized disease, okay, everything that comes from America is spreading throughout the world. And this disease portrays itself onto women most of the time, because they are more influenced by their peers, okay, than boys are. And so what happens is that when I say things like monogamous relationships is a form of that disease. Monogamous relationships come from, okay, the white man's theologies and their technologies and their institutionalism, their religions, okay, and they're the ones who enforce the religions to play a big role. Even though religion doesn't say it's against the law and it's illegal to have polygyny, think about it like this. Almost every female, if I was to talk to in my life, 70% of them, 70 to 80% of them, that's a high number, says that they would never share their man with another. They'll never share their female, share themselves with another female in the bed. And 9 times out of 10, I usually say, hey, you know, that's not the point here. The point is we're not laying all in the bed at the same time. For some reason, they think that I'm going to have sex with both of them at the same time. That would be a dream. That would be nice. But understand how this concept works, and it spreads onto men and everything else, and liberalism as well. The pathology is very simple. People get brainwashed into reading things, and it's a taboo to believe in polygyny. Okay, it's a fade. It's going away. Okay, you know the white man did it all the time in medieval times, all the way into Utah into the United States, and people still probably secretively are doing polygyny. Okay, the last black person I know who was doing polygyny was like Brother Polite and a couple other pimps and shit, but they don't sleep with their products. Okay, so that's a form of the disease. People read things and they make it as a taboo, and then this disease spreads to different countries. So when since I talk to more women overseas or women in America for business purposes, I tend to ask them that question. Say that why don't you want to share your male with another female so you can procreate the proper way through business purposes? That actually did happen pretty efficiently in the 80s when the Italian mafia hitman was out. But it happened before that too, in medieval times. And so people get scared of things, and then the law comes into play, and then the government comes into play to stop people from doing polygyny. So this is why mostly black men don't really try to get married, because they broke and they got no time for marriage, okay? But all of the suckers usually get married, okay? So because it's all about an agreement, all that marriage shit is not important, okay? It's just to show off for everybody else. Men don't really care about the show off that much. And most men don't care about giving you no fucking ring, okay? That's just all disease. That's all part of the propaganda machine, okay? The propaganda machine says, for a woman, it said, a man must have money in order to fall in love with him. See, that's a form of the disease. A man must have all this money in order to lay with me. But in the meantime, women will sleep with multiple men on the side when they have a lot of money. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, why not share yourself with the powerful man, okay? Right? A man has to have himself together in order to share himself. And then when you try to put that out there to a female, she'll still say, but before you even mention money, don't even mention money. Let's talk about the fact that you can procreate more. But people are already doing that in America. This is why America is called the whore of Babylon, okay? Because all of the most nastiest women are in America. And I'm not digressing. I'm just staying on point here. So that disease spreads to different countries. And then I tell females in other countries is that you know that if you're a Muslim, you're supposed to, one, be a virgin, and you're supposed to look for sister wives so you can find a mate to where you can lay down your head and procreate the best way you can. It's not just a sexual thing though, even though it may sound like it. But that's the disease. The liberalism is a mental disorder. Michael Savage said it best. So when you think on the alpha wavelength, women who think on the alpha wavelength are more likely to believe in polygyny. So the stronger the female, the more likely she's going to say to you straight up, we are going to do polygyny. But that's not man's nature to be with one female. Do you understand that? Okay, that's alpha. That's right there. But it's been lost in translation through religion and also institutionalized, bullshit that's going on in the propaganda machine to keep people separated. So if there was two women, they're more likely not to separate from one another because they're like sisters, okay? Even in the Muslim community, I always talk to individuals who in the Muslim, I say, why don't you enforce this somehow to check the women's fertility levels and shit like that. Make sure their hymen is connected, because when men want to enter the congregation, regardless, I see a lot of racism when it comes down to the Muslim Brotherhood anyway, because I used to be there, okay? And I always thought that, okay, the virgins are here. No, they're whores, okay? I've talked to a couple of females who said they were Muslims, but they would never share their husband, okay? So I said, you might as well get out. You're just sitting around, just like you're in church, your ordinary church. It's just an ordinary church, believing in a fucking Allah and a God that you never saw before. Religion is supposed to be a great evil for a greater good. And most women don't follow religion itself. They just don't follow it. So why follow it in the first place? So that's all I really wanted to say. So you want to know an alpha female is going to be catering towards polygyny. She's going to have her virginity. Her father figure is going to be there. You won't be able to touch her. So that's out of the question. I believe in polygyny strongly. And most people don't understand how to go about that because they have been trained wrong. Now you understand what I'm saying? The disease is spread all across the different countries. And I'm shocked that even in the dirtiest parts of Africa, there's some females who be like, I will never. I said, who's your father at? I'm curious where the father is at. How did they learn just, I will never share my man with another female, okay? I'm like, that's stupid talk. But that's all I wanted to say here, brothers and sisters of Light and Dark. This is under 10 minutes. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, especially put it down below. And you have a nice fucking day.